laughs at it though. Don't laugh.
Well, the internet is was okay. Well, welcome to our take on it featuring Slim and Shona. Tonight we have a special show, and Shona's going to introduce them once we get everybody in here. But our show title tonight is The Swinsons, a story of humble beginnings, three siblings of success. And since we had that title, we're adding the mother of these siblings. So we're glad to have her here. And Shona, go ahead and introduce who's here right now, and we'll wait for the other siblings to come back on. We had Sunshine, and I'll check on the other two. I think Sunshine is coming back.
She's
Yeah,
back
keep me out.
There she is.
in the
Okay.
dark. Hi guys, this is Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. And we have this special show for you. I am so elated. Guess why?
Can't
I
hear
have
Shona.
family on tonight.
Hey,
These are,
Shona, she
yeah.
says she can't hear you.
You cannot hear me, Deborah? No.
Is
Can you hear
Deborah,
me,
you can't?
honey?
I can hear you, but I can't hear Shona.
Okay.
Yes.
Shona, remember we had that problem with our other guest before?
Can you hear
So,
me, honey?
Sunshine, can you hear Shona?
yeah, she can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Yes.
we had that issue before, and you went out and came back in, and
Well,
everything was.
bye-bye.
She's going to go out and come back in. We have these technical difficulties every once in a while, but I want to say welcome to Sunshine Swinson and Dr. Deborah White. And thank you. And we're waiting for the other siblings to come on. But I think this is going to be an interesting show tonight. Everybody has a story to tell. And I think it's going to be very interesting. Each one of you could have a show by yourself. But we're lucky, and I'm gonna work on that. I might try to get each one of you a show by yourself so you can talk about your experiences. But it's so nice to have the whole family here, or most of us, some of the family here, and Shona is back. And speak,
Hello?
Shona.
Can you hear me, Deborah? You cannot.
You still can't hear her. Okay.
I can hear you.
You can
Well,
hear
ask
me.
Deborah. Maybe you, if you will, you go out and come back in and see what
Okay.
happens. But in the
Okay.
meantime, Shona, you go ahead and you can talk to Sunshine
I
and talk a little
do.
bit about what we're going to talk about tonight and how special this family is.
I do apologize, guys, for the technical difficulties, and we appreciate you bearing with us. Tonight, we have on, well, so far, two of the Swinsons. Our story tonight is about their journey from humble beginnings to success. And I'm sure each one in their own right will be a an inspiration for a lot of people out there. Right now, we have with us the baby of the show. This is Miss Sunshine Swinson. Oh,
Hello.
hi, Sunshine. How are you this evening?
Hey, Auntie, I am great.
Awesome. I'd like to say, first of all, thank you so very much for joining us because I know all of you have very busy schedules, and this was a sacrifice for you, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. Dr. Deborah, you're back in. Can you hear me?
Absolutely, yes.
Yay!
Okay, great.
Yay! So, we were just speaking with Sunshine, but I think what I really would like to do is to go to Dr. Deborah Swinson White, because she has had the longest journey, and she can take us from the humble beginnings to where we are today. Deborah,
Yes.
way back in the
Woo.
day,
Girl, you was back there with me.
I was back there with you. And
Ah.
for our P Town favorite show supporters, all of our guests tonight are from Portsmouth, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
These are my in-laws. I divorced.
Yeah.
I divorced my husband, but I never divorced the family.
Yes,
Sorry,
I've been there too. I still have family members of my
nothing ever
first
changed
wife.
with the family. We just always gonna be family. Okay,
Absolutely.
You don't
Absolutely.
marry your family, but you can't divorce them.
that's
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
right.
So
So,
they become a part of you forever,
Dr.
which is
White,
a good thing.
can you take
Yes.
us back to your humble beginnings when
Ooh.
you first had the kids, went through raising them, your journey to your education? Where do we start?
Wow. I was raised in a middle class family, a mom and dad. When my father passed away I was 11 years old, I went south mentally, everything just, and I started getting into trouble in school. And I got put in alternative school, and I was just being rebellious. Fast forward, I got pregnant at 15, and my mom put me out, and I was out there struggling on my own. And so I had 4 kids by 4 different men, were boys. um,
Yes.
and I had to raise them by myself. I was married to Sunshine's father, and we divorced. Um, so I was living in Ottawa, where I was raising the kids out there, and I've always been smart academically, but I didn't do anything with it because I was like being rebellious. I was going through a lot of, trauma from my father's death because I was a daddy's girl. And so
I
I
can
had to,
relate.
yeah, I had to get out there in Ottawa and think for myself. Um, One thing I did do was I was getting food stamps and a check, but I was still singing on the side to make ends meet and give my kids extra money.
Boy, can she sing? Okay.
You can too. We was in a band together. Me and Shona, my brother Linwood and Samuel Mason. And
Oh, Sam.
yep,
Yes.
yeah, we were in a band together.
Yes.
And one thing I did when I was in the projects was I taught my kids, like I couldn't afford to give them allowances all the time. So I would go to Costco and get a case of candy bars. And I would give each one of my kids the case, and I would tell them to sell the candy, bring me back the money so I can buy some more. And the one who did it the best was Sunshine.
Wow.
And
That's so smart.
I kept saying, this girl gonna be something. And my son Jamal used to eat his candy and then try to get hers. So, but she and Eugene was on point with them candy bars.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I said, "Look at Jamal, and he's still the same today. He loves his sister. He always with her, man.
So
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 I
Sonny
just knew
and
she was gonna be
Eugene were
smart. I knew all of
okay.
my kids was gonna be smart, to be honest. And like I decided, like some of my friends out there in Alabama I wanted to get off welfare because it wasn't enough. And I remember my friend Tiny that stayed behind me. She was like, "Hey, they're hiring at the hotels to clean up," and I'm like, "That's not going to be enough for me and my kids. I don't want that." So I was taking Sunshine to the bus stop, and Eloise Lucas, we knew her. She was friends with my family. She saw me at the bus stop, and she was like, "Hey, Deborah," and I was like, "Hey," and she was like, "Oh, you live out here in Alabama?" And I said, "Yes." And she said that I just can't picture you out here. You're so smart. And I said, "Okay, I'm ready to try to get back to the house, see my stories, my soap operas." And so I
Dark
put,
shadows.
you know, did what I had to do with Sunshine, and I was coming back home, and she said, "Listen, they have a back to work, like a work to welfare thing going on at social services." She said, "I'm gonna give you these bus tokens, and I want you to go there and sign up for it, and eventually get off welfare." So I went there, and I saw this thing on the wall, Norfolk Business College. I said, "I'd rather go to college." So I enrolled into college. I got my associate's degree in medical technology. And this, the civil service, the government was having civil service job fair. And I signed up for that, and I got a job as a clerk typist. And I'll never forget it. I was getting $410 a month in welfare and 400 in food stamps. When I started working for the federal government as a GS3 clerk typist, I got $17.35 an hour. Girl, we was out of the projects.
Yes. And back then,
I,
that was saying
what?
something.
That was a lot.
That's a
Yes.
And
big
And
we
difference.
moved out Mission College in Norfolk, and those apartments, they were being built, and we were like one of the first ones there. And I remember I used to catch the bus to the naval base, and when I come back, I would stop at Food Line and get groceries, and my daughter and son, Sunshine and Jamal, would meet me at the bus stop to take the groceries back across the street to the house. So yeah, I never looked back. I've been in the government 38 years,
yeah,
Wow.
and I ended
Dr.
up like getting my bachelor's and my master's, and then I got my doctorate in psychology. And so now I teach. I've been teaching for 16 years. And
What? Wait,
my
hold on.
daughter, she basically patterned
You get
herself
the
after
down.
me
Hold
as far as
on.
academics
Hold on.
goes,
Get your flowers, baby.
and she can
Can
take it
you
from
hear
there.
me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Sunshine.
Can you hear me,
Mom, can you hear
Deborah?
Ashana?
No, not now.
Oh, looks like she lost you again. But I want to ask you, Dr. Swinson, and all all of the your children that I know of, the ones that were going to be on the show tonight, all of them had a spirit of entrepreneurship and
Yep.
that drive. And you mentioned about Sunshine was the one that was the youngest, but she was the one that picked up on what you were doing early on.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
attribute that because, the saying, it's not uh, how and where you start is where you are now.
You
That is
finished?
And,
true.
sometimes, we are put in a situation and that makes us stronger. That gives us a more sense of, I got to get out of here. And you
Yeah.
saw that early in all your children. And it seemed like every one of them it got to the point where say, I don't want to work for somebody when I can do it myself.
And every last
Because
one of them did it, because Kiki,
yeah,
she had
that's
went to prison, federal prison. Her and
mhm,
Eugene was out there selling drugs. And when she got incarcerated, she started writing while she was in prison. And she would send it to me because I was a writer and Sonny's a writer. So we would look at it and, critique it, whatever. And then she came out, sold the books. Remember, we would be out there walking, selling books out in the streets. And she ended up writing, and now look at her now. And
Yeah.
Eugene was the same way. He was out there with Kiki. Sonny wouldn't do it because she said, I don't want to do that. So she would look at them and not do what they did. But they were out there, and I was like, I told him, I said, you want to sell drugs and help the communities, but you're killing the parents.
Mm.
So if you stop with that, I will help you get a grant. And me and Sonny was instrumental in getting him a grant, and look at what he is now.
well,
And
oh,
yeah.
that's amazing. And Kiki even says she self-published her first book. So
Yes, she
that
did.
takes a lot. And
Hmm.
what I saw
Called Mad
normally
Shambles.
when you're
Yeah, Mad
self-service, I mean,
Shambles. Yep.
well, yeah,
I remember that.
when you do these books yourself, the most you can do is maybe sell about 200, 250 units, but she showed about
Hmm.
1,000 units,
She did, and she was on
which
BET
was
one time.
beyond what you would normally do with your first book. And you just telling me y'all were out there hustling for her too.
Yes.
So
Yep.
get those books.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
Now her
yeah, I
And
want
Sunny had
Sunshine.
a Sunshine. She can tell you about her journey when she first
yes.
started working for herself. Go ahead, Sunny.
Yes.
Hey
Hi,
y'all.
Sunny.
First of all, I feel so unqualified being on this podcast.
Oh, that is so
I feel
not
like,
true.
my journey is still being written. I
Yes.
Yes.
transition almost daily as far as the path I'm going to take. But I do know 100% for sure entrepreneurship is where I belong.
Mm,
My journey was similar to most young girls in Audubon and the projects. I became a teenage mom. I got pregnant in the 11th grade of high school. I never forget, I was riding in the car. My mom we finally got a car. She took her income and got a car. It was a Plymouth Breeze, Mom. It was a Plymouth Breeze.
Yes.
And
mm,
I used to drop her off at work, and then I would go to school because I went to Grammy. They had like a Abbey program.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, Norcom they went up to algebra, and I had surpassed algebra at that point. So we
Yep.
ended up going to Granby so I can get more of an education. And I got pregnant in 11th grade of high school. A drug dealer showed me the light stars, moons, and the stars, and the sun and big money, and I fell for it.
She had
Um,
me fooled the whole time. I
and
thought she was doing right.
so
Aw.
I had to tell my mom, and she just kind of looked at me like, "I got you. Whatever you decided to do." I did try to end the pregnancy, but got there. My sister Kiki took me. And as we were pulling up, everybody was out there with the signs. And I was like, oh my God, I can't. And my sister was like, you don't have to. I was like, come on. So he took the guy, he gave us the money to have the abortion. We went and got something to eat at Captain George.
Mhm.
And I went back to school. And when I started showing, they tried to take me to the school, Carnata in Norfolk for pregnant women.
Yeah.
And I'm
Mm.
like, well, what I'm gonna learn there? They was like, how to be a mom, how to cook, how to clean, how to
oh,
maintain a household. I said, well, where am I gonna get the money from? They was like, no, we'll get you signed up with social services, get you a housing, and all of those type of stuff. And I'm like, I came home and I told my mom, and I was like, I know I messed up, but I don't think I belong there. And she was like, well, you don't belong there, and they can't say different. So I went from there, trying to get through school, missed about 40 something days um, during my pregnancy, and they were like, you can't graduate. So my mom went in like the woman that she is. Nope, you ain't gonna tell my
I
daughter
don't
that.
play.
So here I am with a baby, trying to do my makeup work and get on track, and I still end up graduating with honors.
Yeah.
Went off to college, went off to the Norfolk
Bluetooth
State
disconnected.
University.
Mm-hmm.
oh
Can you hear
wow.
me? Did it go out? Okay. So I went to the Norfolk State University. Behold,
There you
The
studied
go.
green we go.
pre-law and with an accounting minor. Within the first year, it was hard. I was working at Sprint, the 1 to 12 shift, and I was missing a lot of the time with my son, and I just didn't want to be a statistic and an absent mom. So that second semester, I ended up getting a refund check, and I got a tax refund from school and from the government, roughly about 10,000 total. And I took that money and opened up a coverall janitorial franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my first business. I
Now
did that
you
all
still
throughout college.
was that in Portsmouth or
Yes.
what city when you opened that business? Okay, go ahead.
I was in Portsmouth. Well, at the time, I think I was living in Norfolk,
Okay.
but I had 3 contracts in Portsmouth. I had it was some apartment buildings over there by Gwaltney. I had
Hmm.
all of the Green Gifford dealerships on Military Highway. I
Mm-hmm.
had a few doctor's offices in Churchland.
And how old were you then?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
like she froze there for a
Going in and
minute.
out.
She
Sonya, you're
did.
going in and out.
This this is a Wi-Fi issue that we're having here, and Shona, if you say something, I will relay it to, or Doctor Swinson can
Okay.
go out and come back in again, and hopefully
Oh, there
the
she
Okay,
is. There
she's
she
she's
is.
doing. She's back.
okay.
okay. Hear me?
Yeah, it's kind of broken.
It's kind of broken up.
Maybe
Okay.
if you go all the way out and back
Okay, I'm gonna go
in.
out and come back.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I just have to say the amazing stories and what a lesson for younger people. You can be a product of your environment, which a
Mm-hmm.
lot of us are. And,
Right.
if you in an environment like that, and that's all you see, that's what you gravitate towards.
That's
But it doesn't
absolutely.
have to be where you stay. Even if you're a, a product of your environment and things like that. And this is surely stories that I hope that a lot of younger people will see, and the ones that haven't made mistakes, or the ones that already have made mistakes, because so many people give up.
Mm-hmm.
Sunshine, do we have you back?
She
Okay,
just
she
went out.
just went out.
She'll be
Yeah, she
back.
was
She'll
like
be
17 or
back.
18 when she got her first business.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
And
This
And
all
is
us, we used to help her out,
amazing.
with cleaning the doctor's offices and stuff like that. She's
Yeah.
back.
Okay, I'm back.
Hi,
You said
Sonny.
how old were you? You were
yeah,
like
Okay.
17, 18 when you got the Janny King contract?
No, when I got
Huh.
I was definitely over the age of 18. I was 19
19.
when I
Okay.
started my
yeah,
first
but
business.
I asked that because you were mentioning all these contracts you had, and not with
Mm-hmm.
the guy on the corner. You talking about Green Gifford and all these
Yep.
places, and
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
at that age, and it just makes me think that. And I just talked about being a product of your environment, the environment that you were in. And I've talked to other people that grew up in Outer Barber too. You've got two judges that just retired that grew up in Outer Barber. That's
Mm-hmm.
Judge Johnny Morrison and Ken Melvin.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And, so, and Dr. Bruce Copeland grew up out there. And it seems like sometime in those environments, it gives you more of a drive because you don't
Yes.
want to stay in that kind of situation, even though you can get kind of caught up in it, and like you did, and many people do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just out of Baba; it's all our communities.
And
Yeah.
You can get caught up, but
for
having that
those,
drive to want to succeed and get out of that, I think that was a big point. I think you all would have gotten there anyway because it seemed like you all were pretty bright
go-getters.
when you came here. You already had that in you. Seemed like you would
Yeah.
have gotten there no matter where you were.
And for those of our viewers who are not
Yeah.
familiar,
Yes.
Ida Barber
I
is
definitely didn't want to be in the
was
projects,
a
that's for sure.
housing project in
I was doing
Richmond,
everything I
Virginia.
could to get out of there.
Okay, Dr. Deborah Shona was talking, and she was talking about, she was describing what Outer Bible was for the people that might be watching and did not know about it. And Outer Bible was one of the first places they demolished, wasn't it?
Yeah.
As far as
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
public housing,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and you know, well, it is what it is there. But I just think about all the people that grew up and came out of there and how much they have contributed to society. And people
Right.
really looked at it as something that it wasn't the best place to grow up in. And it might not been in some cases, but it really encouraged a lot of people to do well and succeed,
Right.
even
So,
more so than other people that were more privileged.
so
I think
Dr. What?
academics helped saved us going to college.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that
That
opened
Absolutely.
a
is
lot of
that
doors
is
for
key.
me and my kids. Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
hear me, Deborah? Can you hear me,
Dr.
Deborah?
Swinson, I'm gonna ask you to go out and come back in one more time so Shona can hear you. And if
Oh,
it
she
doesn't
can't hear
work
me.
this
Okay.
I
time,
can hear her, but she can't hear
Okay.
me.
yeah, she can hear you, but you can't hear her. And
Right.
I really want you all to be able to communicate.
Okay.
And
I'll do that.
So, Sunny, so
Yes.
now we have the janitorial business, and
Yes.
where do we go from there as a teenager? That's
Yeah.
amazing. That is
So I
amazing.
graduated. Like I said, I rose to the top of um, all of the other franchisees. I learned very quickly that customer service is kind of the tipping stone between excellence, good and excellence. So my customer service was amazing, and I knew that the dealership closed around about 7. I would make sure I got there before my team got there to walk around to all of the big offices and talk to them and got familiar, learned everyone's name. So when they came in and my team was showing up, I was already acclimated with everyone. And then I purposely wanted the owners to see me working. So even though I was an owner, I wanted them to see that I cared just as much about my company as they cared about theirs, and I serviced them as if I would service my own. So that got me favor. So when they opened up another dealership, I would get the next one, and I got the Suzuki, to the point I had about 4 dealerships on Military Highway, to the tune of making probably, I think it was about $20,000 a month at that age. So from this point, I'm happy. But stuck in my head, entrepreneurship was something that wasn't in our family. So what was in our family is get you that good government job and and
Yeah.
and go off to get your retirement. So when it was time for me to graduate from college, I graduated with the Presidential Seal of Excellence, one of
Mm-hmm.
two. The other person was actually my line sister, Tristan Bragg. We were the only two of that year that got that award, which is the highest level you can graduate from at Norfolk State. So I went off to be a logistics management specialist for the Department of Defense. Absolutely loved that job. Um, Issues came, and I actually sold my janitorial business to my brother Eugene. He took it over.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to college, I did that for roughly, I believe, 3 or 4 years. Wanted to start a family. It wasn't conducive to traveling, so I ended up going to be a school teacher. I taught algebra and civics and economics and geometry at Craddock Middle School for 3 years. So I did that. I wasn't really fulfilled. So you go from making $20,000 a month to 1,200 every
Teacher's
2 weeks.
salary.
It was like,
That's a shame. The teacher salary
I
is
don't know.
crazy.
A job opening came up for the city of Portsmouth for a division head for, it was an analyst position for the fire department. I went and interviewed. I said, well, I don't know. I'm did logistics. It makes sense. I'm just going to go for it. So I applied for the job, and I ended up working for the first African-American fire chief for the city of Portsmouth, Don J. Horton.
Yes,
I
Yeah.
interviewed
yes.
on my birthday, and I just knocked it out the box. Immediately, I literally took over the fire department from the administrative standpoint. In my first year, I saved the city $2.5 million in overtime
Mm-hmm.
expenses by putting certain modifications in place that only allowed a firefighter to substitute for a firefighter. Instead of a higher ranking and below, we put those levels in place, and we saved about $2.5 million. And at that time, under our city manager at the time, Ken Chandler, that was a big deal because we were in a major deficit and facing a DOJ sanction. So we had to save money. So I did that, and I stayed in government for quite some time. I ended up moving over to the city of Hampton to be their budget manager there. I started off as a senior, ended up going up to in charge of the capital improvement plan. I think I did that for 3.5 years, and then Gloria Washington ended up retiring. She was my boss there. She said she was retiring, and I was like, I don't want to do this without her. So that's when I decided I'm going back into entrepreneurship, and I ended up opening up a juice bar after a friend of mine, Candace Evans. She lost her battle with triple negative breast cancer, and I knew if it was her, it could be me. We were both two young Black women, both two kids, husbands at the time, and it hit her with no family history. So I got really into health, changed my eating habits, started juicing for 30 days straight, turned it into 90 days, and I opened up a very successful business called Fit Bar. We had about 6 locations throughout the Hampton Roads area. When the pandemic came into play, people weren't checking for fresh
That was
juices. They
it.
wanted cheap.
No.
So one day, my location that I still have now on High Street, I had my juice bar down there, and I was doing a cooking demonstration online and just talking at the same time. And I ended up cooking, I think it was lasagna. And somebody was like, let me get a plate. And I was like, all right, come on down and get it. So they came down to 307 High Street, gave them a plate, and they went online and did a review. When I tell you, the next day, everybody's calling the juice bar for lasagna. And I'm like, hold on, I'm not making any money. So I'm like, hey, y'all, come tomorrow. I'm going to have lasagna. So I start selling. Listen, it probably wasn't the right thing to do. But I started pumping dinners out my juice bar. So once I realized that,
And
the upstairs was
lasagna
for
at that,
lease
at a juice bar.
Yeah.
at a juice bar. So the upstairs
Healthy,
location was
fat.
for
Yeah,
lease.
exactly.
And I reached out to the owner at the time and said, hey, what are you doing with upstairs? And he said, just using it for storage. He said, "Do you want it?" I said, "Yeah." So I ended up leasing upstairs for $2,500 a month. I turned upstairs into a private club, which I still have today.
Hmm.
And from there, I started selling alcohol and more fried and lasagna. That changed my life. I met so many influential people because it was a private club. So I had doctors, lawyers, judges, business owners,
Mm-hmm.
politicians as my clients. And that's how I became very known in the city of Portsmouth through not only working for the city, but when I had the private club, I had the private club that, hey, if you wanted that special bottle of Dom Perignon 1912, I could get it for you. I became that go-to girl that could fix any issues that the elite had in the area. And I did it
Mm-hmm.
with tact. I did it with finesse, and it was very secretive. Like no one knew who my clients were. So from there, I kind of blossomed, and I said, okay, the juice bar, the pandemic's not working. So I let all of my locations go, and I concentrated my full attention on High Street. And in 2020, I bought the building on 307 High Street and 305 High Street.
Yep.
I am the
Hey.
only African American that owns land on High Street,
Mm-hmm.
and well, the High Street down the corridor, closer to the water, oceanfront. And from there, right now, I am transitioning to a different market, which is the older you get, and the more I've realized that. And we can have a whole nother podcast about this because I'm not gonna get
Because
stop
we
preaching
call her
about
the
that.
serial
But
Let's do
entrepreneur.
it. Let's do
She's
it.
the
but
Yeah,
serial entrepreneur.
I've been in
yeah,
the restaurant and bar and club industry for
yeah.
10 years now, and
Sunshine,
we are
let me
the
ask you.
only. Yes.
Go ahead. I want to ask you a question about that location. Location. It sounds like you're doing well there now, but and you mentioned about you being the only black person that owns something on High Street, which is
Yes.
unfortunate. But well, now the Mustard Seed, I think, is another uh,
Yes. Yeah. I think
owned and
yes.
operated by
She just
a black
yes.
lady. Yeah,
That is
uh,
true.
and but and in the beginning, I know you got some pushback because I can remember being down there,
Really?
walking
Mm-hmm.
Pushback? Oh
Pushback.
no.
She was getting
yeah.
slammed.
So, it's from the and I'll say it from some of the old town
Sad.
residents and some of the
Mm-hmm.
people that've been around for a long time,
Yeah.
and I saw
Call it
it as
what it
definitely
is.
as something that we deal with all the time.
Yeah.
They were trying to think of everything to attribute it to anything that happened downtown. It was
It
because
was
of
my
that
fault.
place, and which wasn't the case. Those things
It
were
was
happening,
not.
they were happening before you got there. It's
Yeah.
just,
Yep.
it wasn't happening to them. And
Right.
soon
Yep.
as, well, I'm not going to go. We can have another show about that. But I
Right.
just wanted to know
I'm ready
everything
when you're
is,
ready. I'm ready when you're ready.
I'm ready
yeah,
That's
too.
something I can talk about.
Okay, we're
we
gonna
can talk
have you
about that
back.
because,
I do want
but
to
I'm glad
interject.
things are going well now.
Yeah. So
But I just
I
wanted to mention it
pivoted.
was some pushback because we need to be
Mhm.
down there. And hopefully with the new innovation district trying to connect downtown with Midtown, it'll be even more opportunities for us to
Yes.
come in and set up shop. But
Well,
anyway,
I'll say this, and I will touch on that topic in a more detail. But I quickly learned that the minority urban club and bar market is the only market where you don't know the person, an individual, let's say, saw somebody that's dating his ex-girlfriend, he gets mad, they get the fight, and has nothing to do with your establishment or your security plan, anything. They go in the car and boom, 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 all of a sudden you've lost everything. So
yeah,
once I
well,
learned that
it
through
happens a
trial and
few
error,
it happens a few blocks down the street as well
Right.
but we're
in
only
other
responsible for it.
establishments that's been there
We're
for a
only
while.
responsible for it. And
Yes,
one thing that from every area I control, I am a beast when it comes to running my establishment. I run it with the iron fist. I don't play a lot of things, but when politics and perception come into play, you have to pivot.
yes,
So I decided roughly about a year ago to close down one of my establishments and rebrand it, which was probably the best thing that I ever did, which is now called Just Brunch.
Mm-hmm.
Just Brunch has been down, oh my God, I think it's about 6 months now. We probably have service weekly, we service probably over 1,000 people per week.
Doing very
And
well.
it complements Old Town, it complements me at my age of 40 something, and it
And
allows me to
where's this located?
it's It's the same building where I had the juice bar 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, for
Oh,
Yeah.
it's called
our
Side High
P-Town
Street.
residents.
Give it address.
And let me also
Yes.
interject that we have Callie V on.
High
I
Street.
believe that is your cousin.
Oh,
Yes,
Hey,
Callie.
cousin.
yes.
Yeah,
Hey,
Um,
nephew.
hello, Patricia Morgan. She is a regular for us. She's a very good supporter of our
Oh,
show.
thank you. Wow, that's
Yes.
what's up.
And make sure, guys, that you click like and subscribe. Uh,
Yeah.
Also, while I have the floor, my purple sweatshirt is made by one of our show supporters. She has a t-shirt business. It is blue velvet tees, and I love my
And
purple
that's my favorite color right
my
there. I like that.
purple sweatshirt. It says "Age to Perfection."
Yes,
Love
honey.
it.
We do not crack, darling.
Yeah.
we just
Speaking of
gray a
that,
little bit. That's
uh,
all.
Miss Deborah, how is it that you just look younger and younger? I don't get it. What? How,
What you laughing at, son?
I don't get that. How do you look younger and younger?
Well, I eat mostly clean, very healthy. I do the water, the alkaline water. I don't drink nothing but water. No sodas. I haven't had sodas since 2000.
Wow.
I don't eat sweets. Very seldom I eat carbs. I walk 2 miles every other day, and
Love it.
I go work out. Yeah.
Okay.
And I
Yeah,
think some of it is genes too, because my mom was looking very young when she, in her 80s. So, yeah.
Yes,
yes,
that's
but
true.
Shona
Um,
sent me the picture of you, and I said, "That's the mother."
that's exactly what he had. That's the mother.
Always when I get around Sonny, I always say we sisters.
Yeah, I've used that one a few times too.
Yeah, exactly. My students even told me I look like I'm in my 50s. I said I'm gonna take that, but I'm almost 70. So,
Yeah, but Doctor Swinson, since Eugene is not here, you can talk about him a little bit. But you did
Yeah.
mention him. He and Kiki. Uh,
yeah, he has the
Before they
nonprofit
really got started
organization.
on the right track, they
Yeah,
did
they
what they had to
did.
do out there in
Yeah,
the community. But
yeah,
it
they was
also
out there.
taught them a lot of lessons as well. And one
Yeah,
of the things that I think when I had him on before, he's very adamant about giving back to the community,
and that's what I love about him. Yes.
especially our
Yeah.
youth, because that when you talk about trying to deal with crime, that's part of the root problems we might have is going back into our communities and dealing with our youth and trying to develop them early before they
Yeah,
get a chance to get into or go down the wrong
exactly. And
path.
he's trying to reach them at that young age. And he has a great rapport with the
Yes, he does. I've
neighborhood
seen him
kids
in
because
action.
they know he's been out there and he's living his truth. He used to be out
Right,
there wilding like them. So
right.
they respect him more than somebody that don't even know what's going on in the hood. And you're gonna come in there and try to tell these kids how to act and what not to do. So they really, it resonates with the kids that he's dealing with, and I love that. Yeah.
Uh,
And been doing it for a long time now.
Right.
And I think he was first funded. He was funding it with his own money,
Yeah, he
and
was, and I
until
didn't
for
like that
years
part.
until he got to the point where,
didn't like that part.
yeah,
No,
he
I
got to the
didn't, because
point.
I was telling him, me and Sunshine got him his first grant.
Mm,
We
Okay.
did all the paperwork, and Sonny pushed it through. And I told him, I said, you can't sell drugs. First of all, I got a top secret security clearance with the government.
Okay.
Secondly, how are you saying that you're helping the community when you're selling drugs to these kids' parents or their uncles or whatever? So I told him if he stopped selling drugs and do it the legit way, then me and Sonny will help him. Sonny even got him to go to Norfolk State to get
hmm
a degree in business.
Wow.
Yes.
And the rest is history. He did what we asked him to do, and now look at him.
I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
looking
Now look
forward
at
to
him.
having him on to share his story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, we have Lucky J on.
Oh, that's the boy. That's my boy right there. That's my boo.
Lot of family in the house.
Yes, yes.
There was going to
And
be a
him and
family
Sonny is
affair.
like tight. Like everything she does, he's right there. And working in
That's
her
beautiful.
environment, he's right there with his sister. I love
That's a
that about them.
beautiful thing.
Yep. Yep.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it just seemed like the success bug was pretty contagious in your household, and which is
They
a good thing.
Yeah,
And
they
and
will
as you
always
talk,
say,
It's amazing.
Mom, you the
Phenomenal.
goat, because they know where I come from. And I could have just laid down and said, I'm just gonna be on welfare and just be generational in these
right,
projects.
and
I was more than that.
you do see a
Yes,
lot of
you
that, or
were.
you have seen a
You
lot of
do.
that.
And a lot of my friends that I was friends with in Audubon, they stayed there till they tore them down.
Mm.
Yes, like a
Yeah.
generational curse, but
Hmm.
and it was the intent of it from the beginning was to just give you a jump start, and then you
Yeah.
could be able to move on. But some people just stayed into it, but
Just
Got
stayed into it. And I
got
think,
stuck.
most of the people work their way out of it, though.
right, but I have to give all I owe it to Eloise Lucas, and I'm gonna put that out there, because if it wasn't for her, I probably would have still been in them projects, because
Well,
she told me what to do and how to do it. She gave me the tools, and it was up to me
I
to
need to wait. Need to
carry
go
it
in for a
forward
second.
or go back in the house and look at TV.
I need to go in for a second.
well, and you have to respect her, especially the position she had then and now. But
Right?
she came about the same route. You know,
Yeah, she
as a
was
Yeah.
in the
young
What
shipyard when I
teenage
is that
saw her.
position?
Yeah.
For
young
people who
teenage
Hmm.
don't
mother,
know,
and
what
Yeah.
is that position?
Yeah.
Talk about Eloise Lucas, because
Yeah.
everybody on the show don't they're
Well,
not familiar with her.
she's a representative senator in Virginia.
she's the
And
most powerful
She's
black
most
president
woman
pro
in
powerful.
tempo.
Virginia.
She's
Yeah,
president pro
yeah,
tempo
yeah, now,
of the
yeah,
Virginia Senate.
yeah, of the Senate.
She's third in succession of whenever the governor's not, well, third or fourth. When
I
the
think she's
governor's
about
not
third,
there, the
yeah.
lieutenant governor's not there, she
Then she
serves.
comes in, right? Yep.
Right.
Okay, we do have people viewing who are not familiar with
Oh, okay.
Virginia, so
I'm surprised.
yeah.
She's very well known
So
in this area.
that having been said, you are in the DMV?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, I stay in Northern Virginia. Hmm.
Okay. Okay. And Sunny's still in Portsmouth.
She's in Chesapeake.
Same thing.
What you say about that, Sonny? Oh, she's out now. She must be going
Yeah,
to the job
Okay. I
now.
wonder if she
she's
can
finally.
hear us. Okay. Before we go, we
Oh,
definitely
can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
No, I said I'm in Portsmouth.
Okay.
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 No,
Okay.
she was like, "Where you residing?" And she was like,
In
"Same
Virginia
thing." It
Beach.
was just funny.
I'm in Virginia Beach
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
She
Okay.
want to talk
Now we
about
got some light.
Kiki.
Shine the light on her.
Yes, you brought.
Hey, look at you. You have hair and everything.
My product enforcement shirt.
Oh,
Yeah,
I like
Oh,
that.
okay. I like
And
that.
so, where did you get that? I would love one.
Where did I get this from? Oh, the Made in Norfolk store had a
Okay.
product line, and they had a
Hmm.
store that they opened up in Portsmouth. So they opened up. They did product of Portsmouth, but I think it's
Okay.
originated from the Made in Norfolk store.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Maybe I'll get a chance to visit there when I come Thanksgiving week. We're all having Thanksgiving dinner. Did we know that?
Yes, I just found out.
I am
Yes.
so looking forward to bringing all of my family there for that week.
Yeah,
It's
that's
yeah.
going to
gonna
I'm
be
be,
gonna
nice.
crash that party.
yes, you will. You should. Because we'll have to do the podcast on Tuesday. Yeah, we can do it on location.
Yeah, but let's mention Kiki because and I wish she was here. And whoever's not here this time, we'll do another show and bring them on for
Yes.
whatever reason they couldn't get on or
She
not
may
here.
be
But
on a plane.
Yeah.
I watched some interviews with her and her story. Good gracious, at 17, getting into the business, well, even earlier than that, and some of the trials and tribulations she had. And whenever she comes on, I'll let her tell that in detail. And then having to serve that time, and
Yeah, she did
and
6
just
years,
like
and
Sunshine, you mentioned
yeah.
about wanting to do what you had to do, but also be a good mother. It's the same thing with her. I think she mentioned when she went away, her kid was 2, and when she came back, she was 8,
Yeah,
and,
I
and you
ended up
miss all
taking
that
care of
time.
her daughter, and while she
Yeah,
was serving time, yeah, and when she came out, she just like she was like Sonny. She couldn't do like work for somebody.
right,
That entrepreneur thing was already embedded in them, and she
right,
did what
and
she
and
had to do. Yeah,
and
I
most people,
agree.
a lot of people don't come back from that. Serving the
yeah,
time. I'm not saying they don't do anything, but not to the extent that she did. And she just used that time
She hit
to
the ground running
develop
yeah,
her writing
and
skills,
never
and then
stopped.
went to school after that.
yeah.
And
We was
then
out there on the streets, like taking her books and selling them. Like we would
and
hit the pavement. Yeah.
and then she became a book machine.
Hmm.
I guess
Her
she was putting
books
out
are
a
in
book every
Walmart.
week.
They're
Yeah.
everywhere you want to buy a book. Kiki
Yeah.
Swinston.
She
If
got
you
them in
don't have any of
Walmart
her books, by
everywhere.
all means,
Yeah.
support Kiki Swinston. They're, like I said, Walmart, Amazon, wherever you buy books, you can
Hmm.
find Kiki Swinston. We have Sharon Monte. I want to shout out to her, and Chelsea Trent. That is
Someone say, "Hey,
your
sunshine."
cousin. She is getting married next year. She's on top of the world right now.
Oh, double
um,
D. We used to work for her. D. Hey, D. She said, "Great interview." Okay.
yes. Uh,
Yeah.
Jamon Swinson.
Hmm.
Wow. It's a family affair, y'all. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, I sent a
Yeah,
whole lot of people this thing. Yeah, before I
yeah. A
got
lot of
on,
those
I sent it to
family
a lot of
members
people.
know these stories, but think
Yeah.
about all the people that don't know these stories and how,
Yeah.
like I
Exactly,
said,
because I
mentioned.
didn't. I'm afar. I didn't know Sunshine's journey.
Yeah.
But
So
I'm not surprised because Portsmouth people are resilient. We
Yes,
are
we
a
are.
resilient
We
bunch
are.
of people. And the success stories all through Portsmouth. And that's why I say with shows like this and other shows, we have to tell our own narrative because if we let other people tell it, they'll put Portsmouth on on a negative plateau.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that's going on in all the cities. And I'm not trying to down it. We need to deal with that. But there's so many great people that were born and raised and doing great things and are still here in the city of Portsmouth or
Right.
are all over the country. And we need to
Yeah.
make sure that generation coming up behind us
yes,
knows that there are people that they probably can see and touch, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and everybody, and learn from. So
be
Yeah.
inspired.
that's why I
Well,
appreciate this family so well. It's just so many of y'all that uh, got so many different stories that you can tell. So
yeah, and Kiki also has movies out there in case everybody want
yeah,
to know.
I
Sticky
watch one today.
Situation. Yeah, and Candy
Did
Shop
you?
on
Yeah,
Amazon
it's,
Prime and Tubi. Yeah.
And to be,
And she's
yes,
doing another one right now. She's writing the script right now.
the one that's out now, Sticky Situation. I
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
In
remember
the candy shop.
clearly
Mm-hmm.
she came to Atlanta for a book signing
Mm-hmm.
um, years ago, and she stayed with me. And I
Right.
remember she was writing that story then.
Mm-hmm. I was there when she did the book signing. And yeah, I was down there.
You were
so
here?
so a lot
Mm-hmm.
of
I
those
was
books
there.
are
I
a
was
lot of
living
those
in
books
Atlanta for like
Oh,
six
that's right.
years.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
Hmm.
a lot of
Okay.
those books are a compilation of her life. Am I
Yeah.
correct there?
Yeah.
Some of the
It's a
things that
mixture
she
of
went through.
fiction and a little bit of
And
what she
uh,
did. Yes. Mm-hmm.
okay, and I see now in the interview she did, she's written a lot of those books, and I think some people call them hood books. That she's kind of moving away from that now
Yeah, I
because
kind of was telling her
the
to kind
that
of like
market
go
is
into
kind of
another genre.
saturated.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is. It is.
but
But
I can see her doing that with her. She was a big fan of Toni Morrison, and
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so
so having left there when I did, and the gap between when I left
Somebody
there.
said it looks like you got a bigger audience than the
I see
trumpet
that.
dress. Oh my
To the
God.
truck.
Thank you, Sharon.
That
Huh?
was good.
What I'm
Well, you
trying
know
to
he's going to
say
lie about it. He's
is
going to
so
lie about it.
I put diapers on Kiki, and then to
Yeah.
imagine when I first read her first book, my
Mm-hmm.
mouth was just open the whole time. I was like, this the
I
thing
know
that,
it.
and this can't be that baby that I put diapers on.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
She did what?
Ooh, girl.
Okay. But hey, life be lifing.
Yeah,
It happens to
absolutely.
us all in one way or another. Life
Mm-hmm.
be lifing.
Yeah.
And I just have to say that I am so proud of you, Sonny.
Thank you.
And I know
No.
your mother has to be, wow, a gazillion times prouder than I am,
Yes, I
because
am.
she gave you life and she brought you in this world, and she brought you through all kinds of turmoil, trials, tribulations, uh poverty, man. And you're making what, $20,000? Was it a week, a month? 20,000. Who does that?
Yeah. Yep.
That is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, let me hold a couple of dollars. You know, they say black people don't say, can I borrow a couple of dollars? They say, let me hold it.
Let me hold.
Yeah,
That
because
means
more
we
than
ain't giving it
likely,
back.
right?
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Anyway, Sunshine, what's up with you now? What I
Yes.
know it's always something working in that brain of yours. The next venture, even though you have some successful businesses
Yeah.
now, it's always something. And I'm sure that you create opportunities for other people.
She does. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. One of the things I'm most proud about is the team. My team is growing from cars, houses, more stability within their families. So I am definitely a steward of my team, and I take great pride in ensuring that they're okay. But I'm also realizing I'm getting older, and I can't fight all my life. um, with certain things, so I'm moving more in a phase. So I have entered into the real estate market. Like I said, I own the land. I have a few rental properties. So I said, why not go ahead and get my Class A license? So I'm a Class A contractor in the state of Virginia. I'm also a real estate agent, and I'm
Oh, okay.
studying right now to be an appraiser. So my goal for the next 12 months to 18 months, I'll be opening up my own firm where it will encompass real estate, appraisals, first time home
Mhm.
buying. I want to specialize in individuals that are on welfare and food stamps. I want to show them that you can
Yeah.
take your Section 8 and turn it into take your voucher, buy your home, and then have the government pay you to be in your house.
That's right.
So that is the businesses can run without me. The restaurants are solidified. So now I want to get more into my purpose of helping those in my community. Because to be honest, I didn't know we were poor. Audubon was so fun and filled with love, and you came out, me and
Everybody
Sparky
I know that grew up in
played, and when it
Alabama said the same thing.
rained, we had pool parties in the street. So
Hmm.
I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know that we were poor. I didn't know what like canned sodas and stuff like that was. So we got to Norfolk, and I was like, okay, maybe we were poor. Like
Yeah,
I
because I
didn't
was
know.
selling. Remember, I was
So
selling icebergs out the house, and
I
I
didn't
bought.
know. So
I did my
so
That's
for
that
experiments.
me,
entrepreneur. That's the
Yeah.
entrepreneurial
Yeah.
spirit that
Absolutely.
you
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
pass down
And
I
to your
wanted to
children.
get back into. I miss the days of me being in government and putting on my suits and coming to work and, being more of an influence and a force behind in my community.
Ooh,
So
speaking of
that's why real
force.
estate and construction is my new baby. So in the
Okay.
next two
Let
years,
me put
I'll have my companies up and running.
let me put my bid in. Your cousin, Nikita Swinson, my daughter, she is a licensed real estate agent.
Okay.
You need to get your heads together.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be
Yeah.
dope.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
and
All
Hi,
and
right.
Nikki.
as a as a former realtor, I like to say, Sunshine. I mean, what a great feeling
Yes,
going
James
in,
is a former
especially
realtor.
the appraisal part of it, even
Yes.
today, uh, Black people get lower appraisals
Mhm.
than.
Oh, I have a story for that. If you want to hear it, here you
Okay,
go.
yeah, I want to hear that. I
Okay,
want
so
to hear
let me
that.
just
So,
interject before you start. I started taking a class to become an appraiser. Then, when I
uh,
started reading about crawling in crawl spaces and in the attic and snakes and
Turned you
rats
off,
under
huh?
the house, I quit the class. Yeah, I
Well,
quit the
it's
class.
yeah,
it's
I knew
so
I
many
wasn't going to do
ways.
it. I
it's a
wasn't going
lot,
to do
but it's so important, and I'm going to tell you why. So,
it.
a
It is.
commercial property that I have, initially, I was there to greet the agent. I had my nice, I call it my teacher wig. I put on my teacher wig when I be wearing,
Wait, wait,
and
wait.
my
It's a
personality just
teacher wig.
shined, and yeah, this is my teacher wig. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She's stupid.
It's safe. It's safe, not the blonde one.
Nah, I can't stand
So
that
So
blonde
real
one.
quick, so
so
um
each one
the
has its
building
own
came
label,
back
right?
and yeah, the building, the appraiser came in and we were looking to refi the building, and the initial appraisal that we got, it was about $1.2 million. So we're like, okay, we about to pull some money out. We're gonna buy some more property. It would have been life changing. Well, the lender that we were working with no longer accepted the type of business that was inside of those buildings. So we had to start all over again. And the second time the appraisal came out, I happened to be out of the country, coming back in, but I had my blonde wig on. So I was like, let me send my management there. When I did that, when I tell you the assessment went from 1.2 down to I think 600,000, no 580,000.
That's how they
Oh.
do.
I got on the phone like, there's no way. My kitchen is worth more than that. So
Hmm.
I'm calling, and there is nothing you can do. The final say so is with that appraiser, and no one can change that.
And
And it was
that's who the
all
bank
about
is going to.
perception.
That's who the bank is going to
Hmm.
go with. Yeah.
And there's
Wow.
nothing you
And
can do. So
wow.
that was the difference of taking money out and not. So we couldn't do no deal because at that point you're assessing it at what we owe on the building. So I learned at that moment, and I started doing my research. And in the state of Virginia, it's very challenging to become a very long process to become an appraiser. I'm about 6 months in on that process.
Mm.
Um, and by the end of the
It's a
year,
lot.
I will be a certified residential appraiser.
Okay, you can crawl
That's
under the house. I'm not doing it.
well,
No.
Shona, you can buy
We'll have
tax
people
lien
for that. We'll have people
I
for
can do
that.
what?
you can
We'll
buy
have people
tax
for
lien
that.
properties. That's what I got.
Okay.
Yeah, tax lien properties is easy money. You buy the people who have taxes that's delinquent on their homes. You just pay for the taxes, the delinquent taxes. And if they, let's say that the house is about to go into foreclosure, if they ended up paying the taxes back, then I get my money back plus 28%. If they don't, I
Oh,
own the house. So I have three
Right.
properties now.
okay. So that having been said, Deborah, I do plan on
I'll show you how to do
doing
it.
doing
Yeah.
a show on financial literacy because I spoke
Okay.
with another family member, Ricky Swinson. So
Oh
we're gonna
yeah.
have him
Yeah. Oh, there
on.
was another one of my students. Hey, Telly.
Oh, hi,
A
Telly
lot of
Jack.
my students are showing up. I'm looking at them.
That's great for them to support you. I love
Yeah,
it.
they
I
love
love
me.
it.
I love them too.
That's
Yeah.
important. That
Yeah.
makes for a really good teacher, which I know
Mhm.
you are.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. Thank you for going there. And I knew it was something going on with you, Sunshine. I know it's always something, and we're
That girl
catching you
is a beast. I'm
before you
telling you.
slow down completely. You still
She
have a
said
few
she
more
be thinking
years. No
about stuff while
telling
she
where you
sleep.
might end up. As a matter of fact, you almost were city manager of Portsmouth.
Yes.
Came pretty
Lord,
Boy,
I
you
close to
was
that.
hoping
listen.
nobody was gonna bring that up, Jesus.
I was
That's
waiting
another
for
story,
it.
but
You were
I was
waiting
waiting
for it.
for it. I
Okay.
was
yeah,
Yes,
waiting for. I
we
was
do have
hoping
to
it was
talk
gonna come
about
through there.
that.
Yeah.
Take us
So
through
not
that.
only did I almost do something
you
that
you
I
were
know
there
my
for
grandmother
maybe a
smiled
day or
about.
two.
I became the deputy city manager. Yes, I did.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Hmm.
And it can never be taken from me. The girl from
Hmm.
Portsmouth. And I listen. One thing.
It's on your resume, right?
Yes.
I have a bachelor's, two masters, and a PhD. My
Thank you,
And
baby.
personality doesn't even oversee how smart I am.
You
Finance
get the bell,
is
girl.
like my strong point. So I love my city. It pains me a lot of the things that we are going through unnecessarily. And will I ever revisit that chapter in my life again? No, no. Um, but I'm grateful for the experience. I'm grateful for the check mark. It was something I set out
Mm-hmm.
to accomplish, and I did. And the girl, even though I didn't make it to city manager, I still made it to deputy city manager, and I'm proud of
Yep.
that.
Yes.
And I will never shy away from that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sometimes you have to experience some
Just wasn't
things
ready
to
for
really.
my kind yet.
Sometimes you have to really experience some things to find out that maybe, oh, okay, I experienced that. I've done that, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe
Yeah,
that's not where I
you
wanted
have
to
to be
be. Oh, it should
heartless.
have been. Right. Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
be
Mm,
heartless. In my opinion, you have to be heartless in order to do that line of work. And I care too
Politics
much.
is
I
tough.
have too much of a conscience when it
There's
comes
too
to
much
doing the
empathy.
right thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I learned very quickly my first week. Oh nah, the gangs in the street ain't got nothing on politics. It
No,
ain't got
they do.
nothing on it.
Politics
This
can be
different level.
ruthless.
It
That's why
is
we
What?
had
ruthless. Yeah.
4 city managers in 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
I'm just going to say
Wow.
yep. That's all I can say is yep.
Wow.
But
Um. Yeah.
yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because that's a part of your chapter as well.
Yeah.
It's just a
And
chapter of your
one
life
day,
that people should know.
it's actually a asterisk that I've learned to deal with. There's so many
Absolutely, Chelsea.
a lot of loud spoken untruths about that situation, and I never spoke on it. I never spoke on it. I've never told my side. I will soon. And when I do, it's gonna be it's gonna be explosive. But at this moment in my
Mm.
life, I've learned to be okay with the asterisk. Some people have never met me and they have a whole opinion of me, which is probably the most flattering thing, good or bad. I'll take it as attention.
That
But I
happens
look
a
forward
lot.
to one day in the very near future telling the real story behind the news media outlets, the headlines, everything surrounding Sunshine, and how still to this day I'm suffering and I'm still dealing with the challenges and the backlash because I stayed and I didn't leave. And
Mm-hmm.
being
Yeah,
here and still fighting and still being a part of the community has not been favorable for me. It has not.
yeah, and I think you
Still
need to tell that
harassment.
story. You need to tell
Yeah,
that
she
I
story,
think I
will.
but
do too. I have
I
to
So
think the
find the
apologize
right.
time
on
you
it.
needed to take
Yeah.
time to do it because
Mhm.
you know you just need to take your time and do it the right way.
Yeah.
Right.
If you tried
Definitely
to
have to
come
do it
in
the
there
right
when
way.
all that was going on, that would have been a big mess. So
Yeah.
It would have.
I think I think your decision to handle it the way you did
Mhm.
was the best way at the time. You know,
That's
because
a
a
I
lot
agree.
whole
was going on. A lot was
Yeah.
going on.
that's a
It
whole nother
wasn't just
show.
right. That's a
Yeah.
whole
It's a
nother
whole nother show. But I will
deep
say
down show.
I do have regrets with that for not speaking up during those times because
Mm.
it created a narrative that's still following me to this day. Um from like I said, we talked about being one of the only others on high the longest on High Street Black owned. People want the land. So it's challenges with that I'm facing and a lot of backlash that if I would have spoke up then, I probably wouldn't be experiencing a lot of those things now. But that's another show. That's
Yes.
another show.
So are you saying you'll come back and join us?
I will. I will. I'll make
Thank
sure
Yeah,
the
I mean, we
lighting
can.
is like
You
this or
know,
better.
the way I started out the show, Shona, I think you had gone out. I said each one of the ones that were supposed to be here, each one could have a show by themselves.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right.
And I think
We are
we're going to try
something.
to do that. I'm glad to get everybody here on
Absolutely.
at this point, but each one of the Swinsons could have a show by themselves, and I think
Thanks.
we're gonna do that. And whenever Sunshine is ready to dive deep into that, I think it's a lot of people that
Get your
will
popcorn.
be that that
I
would
know,
want to hear
right?
Even
your
down to me,
story.
the poor one in
And,
the
and
family.
so
Yeah. Hmm.
I'm
it
writing
probably
the
will
book
be,
Oh,
myself.
that's gonna be a big one.
Yeah, I'm writing a story myself called
uh,
From the Projects to a PhD.
yes,
So
okay, yep. Well,
we
come
all
on
got a
here and talk
story.
about
My
that.
kids, me.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's if you look on one of my pages, I've talked to a lot of local authors, and I really appreciate the local authors that we have here that have come on, and we had conversations that tell their story. And
Yeah.
of course, Shona's story, she needs to put her story in book form as well.
Yeah.
Shona, I'm trying to figure out this Patricia Morgan. Maybe she can.
Okay. Her
Hey, Mr.
husband was
Overton,
Arthur Dunstan.
you
Do you remember Arthur Dunstan?
okay? Because she said you went to school with my husband, Shona.
His name was Arthur.
That kind of threw me off. Did you used to be somebody else? No, but anyway, Arthur
Just
Dunstan, I
her name
remember
was
him.
Dunstan.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, there was quite a few of the Dunstans there.
And shout out to LaPete Williams, who has joined us.
Hey, Lapid.
Everybody, make sure that you click like and subscribe. Please help our channel to grow. I cannot tell you, ladies, how much I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. I have to
Thank you
say
for
that
having
again.
us. Thank
It
you.
is such a blessing, and I'm so glad that I had this time to spend with Sunny because I haven't before. We are so looking forward to coming together Thanksgiving week. I'm telling you, I'm living all year forward. Okay, I'm starting my car
That's
now.
what
I will be there for a whole week. We're gonna
it's
have
gonna be fun.
Swinsons, Chotes, and everybody
Yeah.
in between. Okay,
Yeah.
just come in. We're gonna have open house for a whole week. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Sounds
And
like a plan.
you can share with us some of your locale delicacies, Miss Deborah.
Okay.
Yes. Uh, I'm cook a little something, something. Everybody bring a dish. At least bring your appetite. That's all I require.
And to anybody that cares, Shona taught me how to cook a lot of stuff.
No, you didn't say that.
Yeah, you did. You
Yeah,
did.
I've been cooking a
Yep.
long time. Not
Yep.
so much anymore, but because I'm really busy traveling back
I
and
need to cook now in the family.
so let me ask you this, Deborah. How
Mhm.
does it feel now being the matriarch of your family?
The way my kids turned out, I'm so proud. And a lot of people in the some of my family members looked at us like, oh, they're not going to be anything. They're going to fall. They're going to be in jail. They're going to do this and that. And we have rose above all of that and become very
Yes,
successful, each and every one of us. And I
absolutely.
remember when my siblings used to say, "Oh, she wanted to spell and be in Portsmouth in the 6th grade, but look at her, she on welfare with all them
I
kids living
did
in the
too.
projects." Yep, we did. Yep.
In the 6th grade.
So I'm like, look at me now. Look at my kids now. They wrote my children off,
Yes.
Yes.
and we became very successful, probably in the family. So
You need to pat yourself, break your arm patting yourself on the back, lady.
yeah. Look,
Yeah, do that. Do
because it
that.
was hard, and I did a lot of sacrificing for my kids.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
This
Yep.
is
Yeah,
incredible.
and look how it paid off. And
And that's the payoff. Yeah.
yes, indeed,
And Sonny did
ladies,
the same
as
thing to her son.
I love it.
Like she gifted him with a business at 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell
Yeah.
us about that, Sonny.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I think he graduated from high school, he went to college, and it wasn't really. I didn't want him to get a job, so for his birthday, I gave him he had a wing spot called Sinful Wings in Greenbrier Mall.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the news with it. He did 1 year, and I found out later that it was kind of like his friends was like, "Your mama gave you the business," so he didn't want it anymore. After that,
Oh,
but he did very, very well running his
Haters.
own business. So now he's a merchant seaman,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll get my college student out of my daughter. She's in at Norfolk State now. She started school at 16. She's
Mm-hmm.
a second semester sophomore now, and she's
Mm-hmm.
going to school to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
wow.
Well, if your daughter ever feels the need to transfer to another great institution, she can go,
I
and I'll
knew
help
he
her
was
get
gonna do
in
that.
Virginia Union University in Richmond. If she wants to. And for
She
real, the
got she got to
maroon and
she got to stay
steel.
with that green and gold. She got to stay with the
For
green and
real, the
gold.
maroon and steel. That's what I say. But anyway, she'll be all right there. But if she ever thinks about making a little change, tell her come see me. Ladies,
Yes.
as we wind down, I want to give you an opportunity if you were in front of a bunch of young girls and boys that are in situations where they might seem like they feel hopeless, because a lot of our young kids now are seeing some things that I know I didn't see at their age. They're experiencing some things, and
Yes, it's tough
they
out
might
there.
be, even at a young age, thinking it's hopeless. What would your advice be to them about how they can just stay encouraged and have that drive to continue on and get out of the situation they might be in now?
Um, I would say um the first thing is not where you start. It's not even how you finish. It's what's in between that has the most substance. For me, I tell people all the time, get out your head and just do it. When I opened up
Go
my
out your way.
first
Yeah.
business, I was overweight, out of shape, knew nothing about business, let alone a brick and mortar business. And I opened up a juice bar and a gym.
Hmm.
I'm going to teach people how to get healthy. And I wasn't healthy and I wasn't in shape. But that business came to be one of my best to date because it made me the entrepreneur that I am. The more you stay in your head, the more you plan, the slower you're going to get there or not get there at all. You just got to jump out there and do it. The only way to success is through failure. Please
Hmm.
know that. The only way to success, you have to fail. You
Keep it
can't
moving.
become
Right,
a success
right,
unless you have failed.
You got to stay focused
right.
too.
Don't be afraid of failure. Be
Yeah.
excited about failure because it's your greatest teacher for when you finally get where you need to be. Like I said, I've been in this for 10 years. I've had daytime businesses, nighttime businesses, midday businesses. I've had it all. And all of that built me up to just brunch. Now the light bulb has come on. Now it's like, oh, that's why this happened. That's why that happened. You have to fail to get to success. Don't be afraid of it. Embrace it.
And
And you
also
have to
surround yourself with
take
positive
risks.
people that's
Hmm.
trying to do something. Be wary of your friends, who you call friends. Um, you have to stay focused. You have to have like something that you want to do and work on that craft and be around people that got that same, ideology that you have in trying to do something with themselves. I had someone that guided me, and that was a beautiful thing. We need more mentors and mentees. We
Hmm.
need that. I'm telling you, the internet is basically influencing a lot of these young kids. Sometimes the parents, they got more influence than the parents, and that's a rabbit hole to me.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
So stay in your kids' lives. Um, check
Yeah.
out what they're doing. Ask questions. Be involved. Don't be a friend. Be a parent. Have those boundaries. And the kids out there, like, you just can't. Everything that the internet has is not true, and it's really getting ridiculous now with AI. So more mentors. Stay focused. Work on your craft, and keep your circle small.
Wow, what great advice. If I
Yeah.
wasn't in my 70s, I'll follow that right now. Maybe I still can follow that. It still
Yeah.
might be some things I can do. Sunshine, I might, jump in and be your competitor in the real estate market. Maybe I
Come
renew my
on.
license and come on
He
out
said,
there, or
"Come on,
maybe
come
work
on,
for
Cletus."
you.
Don't sleep
We
on
can
the
work
seniors.
together.
Don't
Yeah,
sleep on the seniors, okay?
Yes,
work
indeed. And
together. There
and
you go.
one important thing that I've seen, and Dr. Swinson, I know you, Deborah, I know you're going to agree with this. When you get to a certain station in your life, make sure you look back and bring somebody along with you.
That's what
So
I do.
somebody did it
I
for
love
you.
doing that, teaching people. Like, I do stocks. I teach a lot of these young people about financial literacy.
Yes.
Um,
Creating generational
yeah,
wealth.
anything that I get, I'll share it. And she's just like that. All my kids are just like that.
Yes, indeed.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you.
So the apples
Shona?
didn't fall far from the tree. They are
Yep.
very, very lucky.
Sonny more like me than the rest of them. She got that passion, she got that humbleness, and she loves to share what she knows. So she definitely got that from me. Yeah, and Jamon too. Jamon is like that too, my youngest son.
Okay. Well, we're looking forward to having him on as well.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad. And things happen for a reason. I don't know how we've been on here. We would be on here till 11 o'clock if we had all four.
I just noticed we've been up here an hour and a half.
Right,
I
trying to
knew
trying to
it would
share.
take longer.
So things
Wow.
work out. They work out like they do for a
There you
reason. So
go.
we could give
Yeah.
more time to the two we have here tonight, and
Exactly.
Right.
we'll
I appreciate that.
reschedule.
Thank you.
We'll reschedule the other two to come on
Just
and
think if you had
talk
all
about.
four of us, James.
Yeah, we it's been like a 24-hour show. We had to take a
We
break,
would have had to
take a
have a
nap,
part
and
two,
come
and I
back.
know that's hard
Exactly.
with
Your
your
part
schedule.
two. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's hard with your schedule.
Yeah.
So, like James said, things happen for a reason. Hello, Larry Simpson. He's from Portsmouth.
Okay.
Yes,
Hello, Larry.
yes. Make sure that you click like on all of the podcasts and make sure that you are subscribed while it's free. While it's free. Did you hear me?
Yeah, this thing gonna turn into a business,
You know
y'all.
what I'm saying?
So
Hey.
we gonna be looking for sponsors, and as we continue to improve and make sure we have something to give you in order for you to support us more. But we appreciate you watching and making sure that you like Shona said, and subscribe.
Showing up.
Subscribe
Yes.
once when you see us, and like every time you watch one of our videos. Make sure you like. And if you miss it, make sure you share this with your friends. We're going to be on YouTube from now until uh, forever. So make sure
Yeah.
you let people know if you missed it tonight. They can go on our YouTube channel called Our Take on It, featuring Slim and Shona, and you can watch this. So started out with some issues, but we turned out having a
We did
great
good.
discussion, and I learned some things, and I'm inspired. It doesn't take much, but I'm inspired to continue to do what we do, and watch out for me, sunshine.
Come
And
on,
so
teach
I
me
was
something.
so I was gonna say this reminded me of the radio show you used to be on in Atlanta. Me and you.
That was fun.
I know.
That was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. But
Rest
you
Oh,
in
that's
know,
who
peace,
you were.
Charles.
That's who you had on. That's who was on the radio with you.
yes,
Yeah, I
Oh,
was on
okay.
it. Yep.
yes.
I
We
was a
did
resident psychologist. It was a hilarious time. I loved it.
very
Oh,
interesting. I
okay. I
liked
forgot
the
about that
Yeah.
audience
psychology thing.
interaction.
Yep.
I might need to make an appointment so you can pick my brain. You might retire. You might retire after you get into my brain.
I done had worse.
So
Okay.
I just wanted to say thank you to all of our
You're welcome.
show
Yeah.
supporters who are sticking in there with us, hanging in there, growing with us. I just realized, James, just yesterday, it just clicked in my mind. I have six great grandchildren, and I want to thank you, especially because of this podcast. Not only will my great grandchildren be able to see me as we do, talking as I am,
Mhm.
but their children and their children, because the
Mm-hmm.
internet doesn't die.
That's true.
And I
Right.
appreciate this opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You can pass on. Thanks for agreeing. I know when we had that first interview, I said, I think we might have something here. So let's partner up and see what happens. And here we are.
I'm glad you had the old drunk back on. I drank a half a bottle of Stella Rosa to get through the first show because I was so
Oh
nervous.
my God.
And I
Yeah,
don't even
just to,
think that's the first time I've ever done that. Or half a bottle of wine.
like I said, I couldn't tell. And before we go, shout out to Huddy Williams. I see
Yeah.
Norcom grad, Truxton, grew up in the Truxton neighborhood with me. All right, Huddy, thanks for watching. We appreciate you. He's on here every time
Hi,
we're
Heidi.
on here.
Thank
So
you.
appreciate it.
Okay, guys, remember, click like, and subscribe. I can't say it enough. Any last words, guys?
Everybody be blessed.
Be blessed.
Yep.
Come see us at
Thank,
Just
And
Brunch.
thank you so
Yes,
much,
just brunch.
family.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
JustBrunchVA.com.
Absolutely.
JustBrunchVA.com. Okay.
Yep.
And check out Sticky Situation and the Candy Shop on Amazon
Yes,
Prime
on
and
Tubi.
Tubi.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah,
right
I've
now.
watched Sticky Situation. You'll like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Crazy ending, but you'll like
yeah.
that. Um, all right, everybody. Make sure that you be aware, be informed, and most of all, be involved. And
Be
we'll see you next
involved.
time. Take
All
care.
right. Bye.
Bye.
From P Town to ATL.